Hi, you guys. It's me, Chris Kelly. I am in the rubber room and I am pre-recording this video so you can watch it while I am on vacation. We're going to be making two cards today, and they are from the Citrus Blooms stamp set bundle suite. This stamp set has a lot of coordinating products that go with it, including some really great dies. Check out these dies. Aren't they beautiful? And it is a red rubber stamp set, and it also has coordinating DSP that goes with it. And in the suite, get my little label stuck here. The suite includes these adhesive backed opal rounds assortment, and which is just absolutely gorgeous. And this designer series paper. It's a 12 by 12 paper, and there are some papers here that you can use the dies, the coordinating dies, to cut out the images. So I am going to share some of that with you tonight. These were actually the make and takes for our team meeting last month. So I do have a couple extra packages here. So if you do, I have two extra kits. So if you place a minimum $35 order before, let's see, I'm going to go ahead on my, I'm going to say July 10th, which is going to give you an entire week to place your order using the host code that's in the link here. I will send you one of these kits for free. I will even be paying for the shipping for that. So that is a great deal for you. And we're going to start off with, let me get myself a little organized here. This is one of the designer series paper images, and you can see how the die is going to lay right on top of it, and it's going to get cut out. So I'm going to bring in my little mini cut and emboss machine, and we're going to use that to cut this image out. When I did the make and takes for our team meeting, I actually colored one of them and cut one of them out using the dies. For today, I think I'm probably gonna use the dies for, I don't know, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll go ahead and color. It's an easy color, so I might just do that. So you're just gonna line up your die on here, and we're gonna take some Post-it tape. And if you're not familiar with this, it comes in a spool. You can get it as large or as skinny as you want, and it is the same material as a Post-it note. So that's going to help to hold our die perfectly straight on our image. I'm going to put it in here. It looks like I'm going to have to trim that flower off in order to get it to go through on this mini machine here. And the mini machine, it was on sale last month. I hope you grabbed one. I love my little mini. It just is so convenient. It's so small and so light. It's perfect to take with you when you're going someplace. I have one that I just leave on my desk where I'm creating. It just is like the perfect accessory to use with your with your die cuts. Okay, so now I've got my sandwich all layered up here. My machine is backwards, of course, but I think we can deal with that. I'm going to put my hand right on top so that it gives it a little bit of stability and it's not rolling all over, maybe. I am left-handed, so it works easier if I use my left hand with it. And I have a piece of scrap paper on my glass mat. I have started using my glass mat for all of my creating because it is just so easy. It gives me a great stamped image every time, and so I've just kind of been loving it. And I guess it makes my little dies a little bit more wiggly, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So you can see that die cut out our image just perfectly. And we're going to do a folded corner card. So I have some Night of Navy cardstock here. And it is 8.5 by 5.5. And I guess my thing is not taped down. There we go. That will help. It is 8.5 by 5.5. The 5.5 inch side is scored at 4 1/4. And I'm just going to give it a good crease there. And on the inside of my card, I have a piece that is 5 1/4 by 4.5. I'm sorry, 5 1/4 by 4. And that's going to be the inside of our cardstock. I actually forgot I need my paper trimmer, so bear with me for just a second. I'm going to put a little score line in here. So I need my paper trimmer, so hold on. I always think I have everything I need, but okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down on my Night of Navy, and I'm going to mark this side at 2 inches. So I've got my little ruler here. I'm going to mark it at 2 inches. And then I'm going to make a score line from the corner on my left-hand side down to that 2-inch mark. And if you're using a Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer, the lighter gray blade is your scoring blade. Okay. And I did cut everybody's designer series paper for them so that they wouldn't have to worry about doing that. So I'm just going to score on this line here. I have a little piece of paper that is going to go on the inside bottom of my card. I always like to decorate the inside of my card just for funsies, right? It always seems to coordinate from the outside in. I'm going to leave just a hair of white down there because you are going to have this white back here, and it's going to kind of give it kind of a continuity there is the word I'm looking for. All right. And this little piece is going to get our words. And this triangle piece is going to go right on there. It's sort of an elongated triangle. And you can use any of your favorite adhesive. I am not a green glue person. I like my Stampin' Seal. So I'm just going to hold this up and line it up together. You have a really small, like 1/8 of an inch there. So it's easier for me to line up when I'm holding it. And then we're going to have this big piece here that's going to line up. So we're just going to layer our designer series paper on top of our basic white here. And again, you're just going to have that little tiny edge to it. So it's a little easier for me to do. There we go. And this is going to be the front of our card. And you can see this paper just coordinates perfectly. All of the pieces in this pack coordinate so nicely together. And I am going to tape this side down. That's just a personal preference. You can do it however you want. And then this piece is going to go on the front. Okay. See how quick and easy that went together? I actually am going to put a little bit of a glue dot down here. And you can take your pick tool for this if you want to, but I'm just going to use my snips and kind of put it right there. So that'll hold that down. And if you're using your glue, you can get your glue right into that edge. And then we have our die cut piece. And I think I'm gonna just put some tape on it, some Stampin' Dimensionals. And you want to be sure that you're not taping the top of it down to your card. Okay, so we want it kind of like this. And I'm gonna just make sure I did not get any tape there. Okay. So I have a little piece of twine in here. There is a pack of Naturals twine, which has 5 different colors of twine in it. I'm going to take my dark pumpkin pie, and I'm just going to use that tip of my blend kind of flat on it to color it. And I'm just going to color it with my pumpkin pie because that's going to match the citrus on the front of this card. And I'm just going to be sure, and I'm using my blend at an angle so that I don't get a blunt tip. I'm still going to have that really nice, fun tip to it. So you can see it's still nice and blunt, and I'll be able to use it. All right. And then we are going to stamp a saying. And I just have one block here, so I'm going to use this, and it's gonna say you're a special kind of person. Well, I guess my stamp is I don't know where that got to. Must be with another stamp set. It's got to be this one, right? Oh yeah, you're the best kind of person. So it is right where it belongs. That always confuses me. All right, and so we have this little piece of scrap paper in here. And I'm just going to use the other side of my block here. I'm going to ink it up with some Night of Navy ink. And I'm not going to be too worried about where it's going to go on this piece of paper because we are going to trim it. I am going to just kind of spritz it and wash it off and put it back. There we go. And that will leave my other stamp on that block so I don't get it lost. All right. We'll close up that ink pad before I set my card in it. I'm going to bring my snips in. Now you can leave this on this piece of paper if you want to. I am just going to give it a quick fussy cut around it. For my personal taste, I think it's a little bit big to leave and put right on the front of my card. I want it to kind of have a softer appearance and look than that does. So I think this set is just a really cool set with lots of fun font mixtures. This one has the cursive, kind of a fancier font with the regular block font. So it it kind of is a little bit warmer with the cursive than just the regular black kind of type font there. So just by trimming it out, you're going to make it a little softer, give it a little softer feel to it. I'm going on vacation. I've been doing so many videos. I kind of have been discombobulated a little bit as to what's where and finding things here. I'm trying to stay organized, but sometimes that's not always how it works out. So I'm just going to take this twine that I have colored. I did not leave myself enough room to do bunny ears, but I'll work around that and just tie a little bow. And I'm going to put this right at the top. I'm just going to pull those edges until I get the size, or the ends until I get the size that I want. And I do just want a tiny little bit of a bow right at the top of my little stem there. So I'm going to put that on with a glue dot, little mini glue dot. It's going to go right on there. And again, you want to be careful that you don't get that glue dot holding your card closed. And just a little bit of Stampin' Seal on my words. And they're going to go right in there. And I think I'm going to use some of these Night of Navy little opal rounds for it. And you could, the yellow ones would look really nice too. Why don't we do that? And you can see they come in 2 different sizes. So you have the big ones and the little ones. So I'm going to use these. I'm going to go with the yellow on here. And I'll do a big one over here. I'm going to do 2 big ones and 1 little one. Now you could, if you wanted to, put them right in the centers of your circles. They would look nice like that too. But that's where I'm going to put mine. So real quick and easy, and you can see the Designer Series paper and the little back up there. Really a fun, quick and easy card to do. So our next one, we have taken that, it's all a kind of a white on white, which I think is a really cool kind of design. So this is a stitched circle dies. There's these stitched, oh, Stylish Shapes, that's the name of it. Stylish Shapes dies. And we're going to take our big kind of lemony stamp, and we're going to stamp it in Memento ink. And because it's a bigger stamp, I'm just going to put my stamp face up and ink it that way. And it's just easier for the bigger stamps to ink them like that. And I'm just going to put it on my circle. And then I'm going to come in. Oh, I should have left that ink pad open. With a little hello down here. Isn't that a really fun font there? Let's see how I want this. I wanted to add an angle. I really don't want to stamp it on here. So we're going to actually turn that over. I'm going to put my hello on there. And then we're going to stamp it on here. That's the piece where the image goes. And again, you can take a piece, well, I put my lid on that one. So we'll put it over here. You can use a piece of the Designer Series paper. One of the die cuts does fit this. Okay, so I colored using these markers. We're going to actually use the Designer Series paper today. Let me see if I have one right here that it will cut, because I may not. I think it's going to cut this one right here. Okay, so we're going to die cut this instead of taking the time to color it. If you don't have the Designer Series paper and you want to color it, I use light and dark pumpkin pie, light and dark lemon lolly, and light and dark lemon lime twist. And then I also came in with a little bit of the crumb cake for the stem, okay? So if you're gonna color it, this is gonna be the kind of look that you're gonna get, okay? And because I'm on the video and I think all of you guys know how to color, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this one out instead of using the colored one. Okay, so we have that really fancy die cut in there that I showed you that I like so much. And trying to remember if I used sticky paper on this. I think that I did. Yes, I did. Okay, so I cut these dies. First, I adhered my adhesive paper to it. So it's an adhesive sticky paper. And I am going to line these up all the way around my card, and that's going to give me this really cool background that you see. So I'm just going to do that with all 4 pieces. And this is a good piece that you can use to obviously to make a background like I am. Or you could use it just one piece to make a background for a flower or the citrus. So you could kind of have your citrus laying on that, which is really nice too. It's a nice option for you to have. And then you saw the big frame that was in there, which is so cool. And I'm gonna hang these right off the bottom, because I am going to come in and use these pieces to fill in the empty spots on my card. Okay, so this isn't gonna, these pieces aren't gonna go like edge to edge, but this one I'm even gonna lay like, yeah, I think I am gonna lay it like this, with the skinnier side this way. And you can, it's kind of like a little puzzle to put together. Okay, so then I'm going to come in and I'm just going to snip off these edges here. And if you don't have the sticky paper, you can always use your green glue for that. I'm going to get these. And let's just pop them off there. And then again, these are going to be the ones that I'm going to use to come in and fill in some spaces with. Let's make sure it's down really good before I start trimming it up. And you're not going to have like a whole lot of space that you want to fill in, but you are going to have little spots. And some of you might not even be bothered by the little spots that are on the edges. And if that's the case, you can, of course, just leave them. Go this way. And here. See, and this spot here is just kind of like a little, I want to put a little bit of some leaf in there. So I'm just going to put it on like that and then go in and trim it up. And you can kind of decide what spaces you have that you want some kind of a filler in. That is, like I said, totally a personal preference. but you're going to have a lot of leaves left over that you can kind of assemble anywhere you want. So I'm going to add just a couple of these down here. And because they are sticky on the back, you don't have to worry about taping and gluing and all of that kind of stuff. All right, and I might want just like, I'm gonna put that right down there. I don't know, I think I'm pretty happy with it. Maybe just one little one right there. And that's gonna do it, okay? I think that's perfect for this. And then I'm gonna come in with some adhesive strips. These are our foam adhesive strips. You guys that watch me know I love these. They're little skinny strips, and they work just like our Stampin' Dimensionals do. They're gonna give your card a little bit of a lift, which is gonna add dimension to it, height. Put this one kind of in the middle. I have to get rid of this scissor charm. I absolutely love it, but it is just clanking against my glass mat here. And that's very distracting to me, and I'm sure to you as well. So I'm gonna have to put that charm on my bag because I just love it. I don't want to get rid of it. Isn't it cool? It says Mexico. A friend of mine gave that to me while we were on the incentive trip. So I'm just gonna put it right here on my bag, and then I'm gonna put this onto my card. Oops, I actually am going to come around with my little piece of twine. I have some white twine here that is going to go on my card front, and then I have a bow that I also tied that I'm going to put on there too. So I'm going to put some glue dots on there and attach it to the back of my card before I put my card down. Wow, that glue dot is everywhere but where I want it to be. There. Okay, we got that on there nice and straight. I'm gonna make sure my card's going in the right direction. And my card for this one is cut at 11 by 4 1/4. Okay? All right, so let's bring in our die cut. And our little mini machine here. Okay, we're gonna move this out of the way. I think the ladies on our team just really enjoyed these cards. Some of them are not colorers, so if they had the designer series paper at home, they did take it home so they could just die cut their own paper. And I kind of like to always give them a good feel of different ways to use it. And so that's why we did go ahead and die cut one and color the other one. I'm going to turn this around because there's always lots of ways to do things. And of course, crafting and card making should be something that's relaxing and almost therapeutic for me. So you just need to find the way that you like to craft best, whether it is coloring, fussy cutting, die cutting. Everybody kind of has a preference as to what works best for them. So there we go. is a nice die cut for us. And then I am just going to add some Stampin' Seal to it. And then pop it up on the front of our card. And I just want to take a minute really quick to show you what this looks like. Didn't that make just a gorgeous background for this? I really like it. So I am going to add my little flower on here. I guess I could add it right on top of the one that's here. Yeah, that will work. I like those stitches that way as opposed to the other way. So let's see if I can fit my hello in here with it like that. I'm going to kind of put it like that on my card. Here we go. Oh yeah, I think that will work perfectly. So I'm going to put this up on some dimensionals. I think I'm going to use regular dimensionals on this one as opposed to that adhesive strip. The foam dimensionals, the regular Stampin' dimensionals, are a little, the other side is a little higher. The foam dimensionals are a little thicker in here, so it pops it up a little bit higher. And I kind of want this one to not be as high as my card front. So I'm going to put that. Got one stuck there. I'm going to put that just like that. And then I'm going to take my bow and I am going to put a dimensional on the back of it. And I am going to put that on my card front just to the left of that. There we go. There. So this is again the Citrus Blooms Suite, and we have these two gorgeous cards, and both of them made with the die cut and the DSP in the suite. You know what? I'm going to do some little tiny iridescent pearls with this one, I think. I thought that I had them here. In fact, I know I had them here. There they are. Okay, and I'm just going to pop those around on here. Do a big one. These also come in the the two sizes, the big and the medium, the small and the large, if you will. There we go. I think I want that. No, I'm going to leave it right there. Okay, and because these are die cut images, the only thing you're going to have to add once you get your kits would be these two sentiments, and you can really add any kind of sentiment that you want. But when I'm sending out your kits, I will die cut your circle for you and your images, and of course all of the pieces. You'll get kits just like we used today to make these. So again, a $35 order placed with the link on this post by July 10th, and I will send you a free card kit to make both of these cards. Thanks for tuning in and have a wonderful rest of your week.